Okay, we are live. So, how's it going, everyone? This is Dylan from H2O Escapes. I'm just happy to be here today. I am just doing let's just put on my website in the background here. So, we are going to be doing a recording today just to go through the Tern app. So, the spelled Tern. So, what it is, as a agency owner, I have invested in a program called Tern. They were a startup company, I believe last year before, but they started getting really big, and I started using them this year. And what it is, it's a forward-facing client interface where I can work with you as my clients who are booking as a trip with me, either it being a cruise or something else, where I can add in your itinerary, but I also have places to collect things like approvals, credit card authorizations, and a place where we can save documents all in one organized and easy spot. There's also things we could do on the program as far as communications back and forth, but I normally give out my cell phone number, Messenger, Instagram, email. You can contact me however you like, but you could technically message me through that program if that is what you'd like to do. So what it is let me just change the screen here. So when you make a booking with me, or maybe if I was sending a quote out, I could book it through Tern. So I don't normally just do my quotes through Tern just because it takes half hour, 45 minutes right now for me to do. Depends on how much effort and time I'm putting into it as far as putting it together, send it out. But once you make a booking with me, everything going forth, I will be putting into the Tern, and it's just somewhere nice to keep us organized. There's a lot of things it does on the back end to help me as far as reminders to send out like e-docs and final payments, stuff like that. But on your end, it's a nice place to be able to go in and locate your files whenever you need it. There is a desktop application, but there's also a mobile application, and I believe the same one is also for a tablet, like an iPad. You can, as I said, you can go in, you can view your itinerary. Also, a cool thing about it is that it doesn't get deleted. So in 5 years from now, 2 years from now, let's just say, you're talking to a friend and you're like, oh, what was the name of that excursion we went in when you were in Mallorca, Spain? Or like, what was the name of that restaurant we went to when we were on the Odyssey of the Seas? So you should be able to locate your old information, and still all the information will still be there. Or if you're just wondering how much you paid for a cruise 2 years ago, you can locate all your different cruises and everything all in one spot, and you can look up that individual sailing, and it's all easy for you to access. So the easier, the better. So what it is once you make the booking with me, and I give you all the information, I will send you an email. So let's just load up my email here. Email, it says this. We'll say it's from Dylan Shaw via Tern. And do not reply. You can reply to it. If you click reply, I get an email. So as far as this, I can type in whatever I want, but at the bottom, it's going to say for recording purposes. So I wrote recording purposes. For trip details, click here. So it's whatever the name of your trip is. You would click that, and you would get access into the Tern app. So it loads up. Normally, there's a picture that's automatically generated of the ship, or like say if something like Disney, it'd be a picture of Magic Kingdom. But in the top right corner, you're going to see my information. So there's a picture of me, picture of a company logo I have in there, ways to contact me. Normally, this will say, if it's your first time logging in, it'll say like approved itinerary, or like what's the other thing, like insurance options. So as a TICO registered agent in Ontario, I have to be able to offer insurance to you. I sell it through Manulife. I'm happy to get you a free quote, but if you decide to do it on your own, I just need you to click a box saying, hey, I'm doing insurance elsewhere because of through work, or you already have a different plan. So what it is you go through this. So this one sailing I'm just showing you today, this is just a group trip I'm going to be doing next year. More than happy to have you come out on it. It is on the Seabourn Ovation, which is an ultra luxury cruise ship, and it's doing a 10-day Mediterranean cruise. But when you log in here, you're going to see a bunch of information. You're going to see the traveler information, if I've already made you guys profiles, the dates of the trip, and a price. This is not the price of the actual trip. I have to go in here and do some more editing before I send it out. It wasn't fully polished. So around the top here, you're going to have full itinerary, daily overview, pricing, if you just want to look in pricing, because don't forget, I can add flights in here. I can add hotels in here. I can add excursions in here. I can add insurance. I can add especially dining, anything you want. We can add it in here if you wanted. and documents. Documents is the most important area besides the full itinerary, of course, because once you click on documents, this is where all my invoices, all of your booking confirmations from the cruise line. So the Royal Caribbean sends me an invoice. I'm going to be putting it in there for you. And then I send you an update email saying, hey, there's updates to your itinerary. Hey, there's updates to your itinerary. You can locate everything in here. As I said, it's one nice clean spot for it. So as far as what can you do in Tern as far as your itinerary, so again, there's a lot more I can do on my side as the agent, but there's nice forward-facing stuff. So there's going to be a bunch of pictures, going to be a bunch of information, and then what it is stuff you can click on. So anytime you see this like learn more button, click on it. Disclaimer. So I threw a disclaimer in here just saying that like when you do an original booking, unless the deposit is actually made, like price can change anytime. So I always just put a disclaimer in there saying even though you approved this trip for $2,000, if I log in and went up to $2,100, right? And just saying like it can change by the minute. And also saying about pictures. So in Tern, like I look up, say, Barcelona, and it gives me options like 50 pictures, but there's no one really vetting those pictures. So I try to add the best I can, but if if you see a picture of a beach or anything, don't think that's like going to be the actual beach you're on. If it's very important for you, let me know, and I'll make sure I find pictures from that actual area. So for example, I can go as deep into that as you want also, but like, for example, this 10-day cruise I'm doing the Mediterranean on Seabourn is out of Barcelona. So if you click on this information about a comprehensive guide for cruisers, which I made up, I added in a bunch of photos. I added in maps, right? I got details on Barcelona, history of the place, sightseeing locations, beaches to visit, food recommendations, hotels, trips and tricks for North American visitors, because even though I'm Canadian, I do sell to American clients also, and stuff you need to know about the ports and safety tips, stuff like that. So you can always access this information if you want to. Normally I could put in hotel stays. If this person books a hotel with me, I'll throw it in there. And then the trip itself. So on the day one of the actual cruise, so day two, it says here, but it's because this is the second day of the trip, I had it that you're doing 1 day in a hotel prior. So whenever you're doing a cruise, if you're new, you should always fly in at least the day before. And especially in Europe, if you're going overseas, I do suggest 2 or more days. One, you get over that jet lag, and 2 is you get you get to enjoy the actual area. Like you're in Barcelona, and why not enjoy Barcelona? So once you actually go down the cruise line, you're going to see information about the cruise line as your first subject, and then the second subject is going to be the actual ship. So this one is about Seabourn. Again, they're an ultra luxury cruise line. I added in some videos, bunch of information on who they are, what they represent, what their differences between them and the other cruise lines. How like this one ship, for example, only has 300 suites on board, so they're all suites, kind of like a Sky Class in Royal Caribbean or Celebrity, and all ocean view balconies. All right, curated voyages, all oceanfront suites. There's information on the cruise line there. On the actual ship, same thing. You click on ship. This one was created by I believe, Seabourn. They gave all the information over. So they have like over 37 photos. They got information on like deck layouts and plans and which rooms and stuff like that. Talk about the different restaurants, different entertainment on board. And again, right, you see a button. You can always click on it and read more. Right. So if you actually want to know more about the ship you're going on to before you go on board, this is great information. Important information. So this one I added in again, so I can create my own little tiles and stuff. This is a distinctive voyage. So anyone that follows me on Facebook, you're going to know that I just got accepted into the Distinctive Voyage Host Program. So there's certain sailings I can apply for to go on, and as long as there's a minimum amount of rooms sold, you're going to get some additional perks. So you book into this sailing. Anything time it's a distinctive voyage, you're going to get a host on board, which would be me. Or if someone else is a host, you would get a free excursion one of the days, and you would get a free welcome cocktail party. So the host is, we would have office hours. You'd be able to talk to us and ask questions about the ship, about itineraries, future booking, stuff like that. And it goes from there. So again, you just click on that, and there's all different information, why booking through a travel agent matters, all that fun stuff. All right. And there's a nice little video at the end here. So as I said, as far as minimum booking numbers, it's not me as like H2O Escapes. It's actually part of a giant consortium. So I am H2O Escapes. I own my own agency. I'm a home-based travel agent located in Ontario. I work as in partnership with a host agency called the Travel Agent Next Door. Over 1,400 travel agents across Canada. very great. They're the ones that help me get all my special deals with Royal Caribbean, Seabourn, extra onboard credit, stuff like that, and also give me contacts to people I wouldn't normally deal with. So if you contact me and you normally do cruises and say, "Hey, Dylan, I really want to go do a really nice coach tour in Ireland." Well, yeah, okay, I got the contacts for that. I know who to do with, and they also help me up with some of the training. But as part of those guys, they're also something bigger, which is called Consortium, and that's the Travelers Leaders Network. So anyone that's in the Travelers Leaders Network, as long as we have the minimum now rooms booking onto this ship, we get the free stuff. If, for example, they don't sell enough rooms, but you paid for this to say, "Dylan, hey, I like to look up this itinerary." And again, like, this is just Seabourn. There's ones on Celebrity, Holland America, Princess, stuff like that. Even Emma Waterways if you're into river cruising. But it doesn't mean it's minimum numbers. So one, I won't be able to go on board, but you would still get whatever that value of that free excursion was. You would just get that as onboard credit. So you're not going to lose either way. And it's a win-win. It doesn't cost anything extra to you. So continuing on, so you're on the ship again. So we talked about the cruise line, we talked about the ship, and now we're talking about the rooms. So if you already picked a room, this won't be here. It'll just say, "This is your room. This is your room number," if it's already booked, or it gives you options to actual click. So before I did it, this is my second video, I was testing it out. It would give me option 1, option 2, option 3. I clicked option 2 and it would come up, and this is it. So the price is in here. For this one example, it is $14,678 for a ocean view balcony in this suite for 2 people on this 10-day ultra luxury cruise. And then it starts going to your ports, right? So first thing, you're in Spain. Again, click on it. You're going to learn a lot more information. All right. And then these are different places this cruise is going. So again, you can go through this. And if you wanted to say, "Hey, Dylan, I want to do specialty dinner for this night. Do you mind adding a tile?" I could do that for you. Not a problem. Or if it's like your birthday or you want a reminder, just let me know. I can add it in for you. Eventually, they're saying that the clients are going to, like, you as a client would be able to add something in yourself. So if you book your own excursions or especially dining, or if anything you want to put in there, you could just add a little notes and stuff like that. But that's something that's coming in the future. So yeah, these are different places. It says, so Mallorca, Mahan, apologize if I'm pronouncing these wrong. All right, so we're in different places in Spain. There's a day at sea in here. Italy, right? Different places in France. These are all part of this cruise. And again, with this Seabourn being an ultra luxury cruise line, there are smaller ships. So again, there's only 300 suites on board. So you're looking at maximum about 600 people, when some of the bigger cruise lines are 6,000, 7,000 now. So these can get into smaller ports, right? So some of these ports, if you don't recognize, it's probably just because smaller port, they can get into the waterways a little bit deeper, and it's a little bit more, what's the word? It's a little more intimate. So different places in Italy. So as I said, part of that distinctive voyage host, you get a free private event. So if there's any information here, again, I can change this image to whatever it is. This is the one I just threw in here. But again, you click on it, you can see all the information about the free tour, right? But you can always add in additional information. Click on whatever you want. Just look at whatever you want, go that way. All right. So different places in France. And this cruise finishes in Monte Carlo on July 21st. At the very end, I can add some additional information. So I just right now have apps to download before you go. So this would just say, hey, you know what, maybe download this Tern app because you can access your itinerary wherever you want. Translating apps, currency converters. WhatsApp is great for over internet texting back and forth, sending videos, pictures, stuff like that. But also in Europe, even a lot of Caribbean stuff, a lot of like taxi drivers and stuff, they'll use it. So if you hire a car for the day, normally you might get their WhatsApp rather than a personal phone number because it's more of a business to client. And you go do your dinner or whatever, and you message on there, say, "Okay, come pick me up," and then it's done through the app. I just got information on eSIMs and Eurorail too. So again, that's the app. What else can I tell you? At the very top here, anything that's outstanding will be up here underneath my name. So this one has a little card now. So originally, when you log in, there should be an option to approve the itinerary. So you went through it. So, yep, this is good. This is what I like. This is the right week and all that. You can approve the itinerary. And then there will be also an option for insurance. I forget if I mentioned it or not, but I have to offer insurance. If you don't want it, you click no, thank you. I've buying insurance elsewhere, whatever. It gives you options. Or if you like a free quote, I get a quote for you from Manulife. And then also authorized payments. So this does with a secure system, will give you the authorization to charge your credit card on your behalf. You enter in all your credit card information. And so again, this wouldn't be $170,000. I have to fix all this, but it would say, okay, you are approving a deposit of $900 or $500, whatever it is. Do you give approved? And it says, yes, you add your card information. I have 30 days to do it. Normally I'm doing it that day, the next day. And then I update all your invoices and receipts and add it on. And then what happens is in 3 months, 5 months, 8 months from now, when the final payments due, you could just log back in, click, yeah, I want to authorize Dylan to make the rest of the payments, or no, I want to do a partial payment of $1,000, and you can do it from that way. So yeah, that is Tern. I hope that information was good for you, or you actually like this program. If you're interested in going on that Seabourn Ovation cruise, I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you about that too, as I will be doing more of that kind of stuff on my Facebook group in the coming months. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Have yourself a great day, and see you on the seas.